The Prince's Palace, luxury yachts, the Formula One Grand Prix and the Monte Carlo Casino. These are some of the emblems of Monaco. But the Rock is far from being limited to these picture postcard decorations. Art is strongly represented there. Fine foodies always find happiness there. And as for lovers and collectors of timepieces, this is where, to their delight, some of the most sought-after models on the planet appear. We'll explain why in a moment. But for now, we head to the Fairmont Monte Carlo Hotel. It's here, at the foot of one of the Principality's most emblematic hotels, that Gianluca Gaudio has chosen to exhibit his works of art. Within this Belair fine art gallery, there are photographers, sculptors, and a large selection of contemporary painters with international or emerging influence from different artistic movements. From abstract paintings by Cédric Bouteiller to optical art by British artist Patrick Hughes. Not forgetting the figurative paintings of Marco Grassi, nor the acrylic and paper paintings by Chinese artist Hongyou Zhuang, and many other masterpieces as well. Today, Belair Fine Art is a recognized international group with 18 galleries around the world, and the artists that you find in the mind of our group are Italian, French, European or American artists. The line is a bit pop, street, but it's really the expression of today's art. When we talk about contemporary art, we have to talk about art that's able to communicate something that represents our time. The kinetic art of Patrick Rubinstein is a perfect example, as are the works of Aero or Chloe B. While Jeff Koons no longer needs to be introduced, Eddie Maniez is gradually starting to make his mark in the art world with his creations dressed in silicone nubs. As for Antoine Dufilot, he offers us a new vision of the automobile. Incredibly realistic, almost human, these sculptures by Carol Feuermann totally amazed us. Today, she's the most important American artist. She's exhibiting her pieces at the National Museum in Rome, and it's like a consecration. The French artist Pepone, instead, chose to take us back to childhood with his emblematic Tintin. In fact, he's known for the Tintins, but also the Hulk and Spider-Man. He's known for all these characters, but the Tintins are the piece with which he made himself known on the market. It's resin covered with laid paper, and each Tintin tells us a story. Here, there's a double interpretation possible for these works by Joel Moens de Haze. It all depends on how far away you're standing. As you get closer, it's quite possible that you'll blush. He's the king of the photo mosaic. He only uses mini bikinis to show a subject, which afterwards is totally different. And there's a photo without a bikini, but we haven't found it yet. Indeed, you might as well look for a needle in a haystack. What's easier to find, however, is the new Casino Square. Freshly renovated, it's totally changed its look. Exit the famous Camembert, as the locals affectionately called it. The dome on the grass, which took up much of the space, has given way to an elegant esplanade of beige tiles. Pedestrianized and clad in palm trees, this new square marks an additional stage in the architectural renovation project of the buildings and spaces of the Société des Bains de Mer, such as the Hôtel de Paris or the One Monte Carlo complex, according to the Prince's Palace. Another emblematic place of the Principality is the Yacht Club, founded in 1953 by Prince Rainier and chaired since 1984 by Sovereign Prince Albert II. The Yacht Club of Monaco brings together 2,500 members, divided into 73 nationalities. This high-tech building, anchored on the Louis II quay, houses the Principality's two historic nautical clubs, the Société Nautique dedicated to rowing, and the Yacht Club, a meeting point for ship owners and all activities related to international yachting. The Wine Palace is located at the foot of this ship-like structure. It's a privileged meeting place for all lovers of wines, champagnes and spirits, with its some 1,200 references that are mostly French and Italian. This is where Philippe Meillard wanted to meet us with the idea of having us taste his champagne. A lover of fine bubbles and great wines, it was in 2018 that he embarked on the acquisition of the Comte de Monte Carlo brand, created by Baron Christian de Massy in the early 2000s. Today the brand is booming, even offering itself the luxury of a partnership with one of the most prestigious events on the planet, the Monaco Yacht Show, during which 4 variations of the champagne were tasted.
The 4
champagnes that we have are the Riviera, which is a Brut champagne. We have the Sainte Devote, which is a Blanc de Blanc. We have the Carré d'Or, which is a low-pressure champagne. That is to say that the fermentation takes place below 3 bars, which gives extremely delicate bubbles.
Ce qui donne une bulle extrêmement délicate.
And fourth, we have a vintage champagne called Noblesse Oblige.
Noblesse Oblige.
A final vintage resulting from a subtle blend of Pinot Noir and